Hello and welcome to this FPL Gameweek 22 team selection video with me, Holly Shand. The wait is finally over, the midweek deadline is upon us, and I've got 2 free transfers to attack it. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel as well. Let's get into it. Starting off with my Game Week 21 then, and this Game Week was all about survival for me. I used just one of my 2 free transfers to bring Estupinan in for Livramento. Benched the unavailable Trent, Son and Salah. I was expecting a really bad week. There was lots of people taking lots of hits. So to finish on 77 points and a big green arrow, game week rank of 370k, probably one of my best game weeks of the season. That's taken me up to 150k overall and feeling quite positive now. The defence absolutely smashed it. Clean sheets, attacking returns and bonus points all round. And when you look at the attacking players that blanked, Saka and Watkins were among them. They were highly captained. I went with Palmer captain, so that was a really big swing for me in terms of points. Archer, the other one who failed to deliver, but Gordon delivered in that game against Man City. Darwin absolutely smashed it with a brace, and Palmer did very well as well. So I'm really, really pleased with that game week, and rolling the transfer leaves me in a much stronger position going into Game Week 22, because we do have a lot more information now. Obviously, Trent is now back available for Liverpool, which is good news. I'm a little bit confused with Trent at the moment because he did really well in December when McAllister was out and he was playing the inverted wing-back role. But McAllister's back, Robertson's back, so there's going to be a bit more sharing of set pieces. So I don't know if Trent's going to be as prolific as maybe he was a few weeks ago. So I don't know whether he's going to be able to live up to his price tag at that. But it does look like Liverpool could double in Game Week 25. So I'm probably going to hang on to him and hope that he does, continue to do well. 2 free transfers then going into Game Week 22. 1.2 million in the bank. And funds do feel like a little bit of an issue now. Gusto, I expect, will be back for Chelsea, but I can always bench him, so he's not a big priority. Salah, Egypt are out of AFCON, but Salah left early with a hamstring tear, and he's thought to be out for up to 4 weeks. Now, there's a chance that maybe that diagnosis is not as bad as was described, so it'll be interesting to see what Klopp says in his pre-match presser for Game Week 22 about how long Salah is going to be out for. But Liverpool have the potential to double in Game Week 25, which Salah could be back for, so we need more news there. But I just think if it is true that it's a hamstring tear, then I don't think he's going to be fit enough to maybe play both games in that double Game Week 25 if there is one. It's probably not going to get announced before the Game Week 22 deadline. So I'm open to selling Salah. Son is still in the Asia Cup. Spurs do blank in 26, but could have a fixture. Sorry, they do have a fixture in the blank Game Week 29, which is caused by the FA Cup quarter-finals. So that's something to consider there as well. And then I've got Cameron Archer up front, who needs to go because he's not even starting for Sheffield United. He's not first choice on pens. I need to get Haaland back in, but to get Haaland using 2 free transfers is difficult. And I don't want to buy Haaland for Game Week 22 because he's not been in the squad yet for City, and until I see him in the squad, I'm not prepared to buy him. So that may be a transfer that I sit on, so could potentially just make the one move this week. Probably Salah still most likely to make way. And I'm choosing between Bowen, whose fixture I really like this week, and is a player that I like long-term, a player potentially who will have a fixture in Game Week 29 as well. I'm also looking at Kevin De Bruyne for Man City because City have got the pick of the fixtures this midweek, Burnley at home, Brentford, Everton, followed by the double in 25, and do have a fixture in the blank Game Week 26 as well. So De Bruyne is tempting, but again, he has not started a game yet for Manchester City, which makes me cautious with him. And will he get the start in an easy fixture like Burnley at home, or is Pep going to protect him? So it's between Bowen and De Bruyne coming in for Salah. I guess if I go Bowen, it's going to make my route to Haaland easier. It's probably going to have to be Watkins that does go to get Haaland back in, unless I get funds out of someone like Saka. So there is a lot to weigh up. and I've still got a little bit of time to think on it. So we'll see what comes out the presses tomorrow on news on whether De Bruyne's fit to start, whether Haaland's going to be back in the squad for City, how long Salah is going to be out for, and then we'll be able to make a decision. But that's where I'm at in terms of thinking of these transfers at the moment. There's lots of moving parts. At the moment, I'm hopeful that I can get through double 25, blank 26 and blank 29 using free transfers, potentially dead end my team into 29 and wildcard in 30 or 31 around that international break. So that's where I'm at with those plans at the moment. Team selection time then for game week 22, and I feel like the 11 pretty much picks itself. We've got Martinez in goal against Newcastle at home. I'm fairly confident that he can put in a good performance for me, seeing as Villa have been very good at home. Then defence looking good with Estupiñán, Porro, Trent and Saliba. Great clean sheet potential from them and some attacking threat as well. I am going to bench Gusto for Liverpool away. We don't know if he's fully fit or not yet, but I can't imagine Liverpool won't score in that home game. Then into the midfield, obviously Son on the bench because he's still at the Asia Cup. So we've got Gordon, Saka, Palmer and Bowen, the potential transfer in. We could maybe De Bruyne. And then Darwin and Watkins up front with Archer on the bench, hopefully providing a substitute option. I could still make two moves and bring in De Bruyne for Son. Interestingly, the AI transfers on Fantasy Football Hub suggested that I sell Son and Salah for Bowen and De Bruyne this week. This current team, though, gives me a team rating of 91%, 58.2 predicted points. You can get your own team rated on the Hub for free with a 7-day free trial using the link in the description to this video. But it is a strong-looking squad. Captaincy is a difficult one. I like to captain a premium player with a home game, and I haven't really got anyone that fits in that category, unless I was to go for De Bruyne. I think if I did bring in De Bruyne, I don't think I could captain him, though, because I'm just not convinced that he starts. So it's between Bowen, Darwin and Watkins with the home games. I think that's where you've got to go. The Saka, of course, away at Nottingham Forest, who could be a good captain pick, but that blank in that 5-0 is playing on my mind. So I think I will captain Bowen, probably give Saka the vice-captaincy, because I feel like he's got a few more routes to points compared with Darwin and Watkins. But it's definitely not an easy one, an easy decision to make. Bear in mind that Arsenal's game against Forest is the first fixture of the game week, so we could potentially get a team leak from the deadline stream on Tuesday. That's going to start at 5 p.m. to tell us that Saka starts, and if that's the case, probably the safe pick would be to go Saka captain, but I just like the sword of Bowen at the moment. As I've mentioned then, I'll be back live tomorrow. I'll be live at 12:30 with the press conference stream with updates from Klopp and Guardiola on Salah, Haaland, De Bruyne. I'll also have the deadline stream at 5 p.m. tomorrow as well. The links for both of those are in the description to this video, so click on them. Make sure you hit the notify button as well and get your dilemmas in for game week 22 and beyond. I'll do my best to answer all of them. Make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.